Well, beautiful clear skies. The sun is out. It's in the 70s. We have a slight breeze. What a welcome relief from the past 2 weeks of rain, rain, and rain. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. And today, as my no clickbait thumbnail states, this is going to be a video that will culminate the start and middle and finish of my window cover builds. And what do I mean by that? Well, I started this project back in the winter and I've continued it off and on as the weather allowed. And now that we've gotten into some stable, warmer weather, I think it's about time to move forward and try to get this project wrapped up as well. And the next project is to take the templates that I have made for my window covers, transfer that onto some fabric and start the build on those. I'm using a headliner material which has a foam backing and a nice black fabric side, and then I'm going to spray the back of that when I'm finished, and then I'm going to take some Reflectix, cut that to shape, spray the Reflectix, and then I'm going to glue both pieces together and form one solid window cover. But before we go any further, I'm going to take you back to the beginning, back into the nice cold winter weather that we had here in upstate New York. And that's when I started building the templates for my window covers. We'll start there, and then I'll take you forward up here to the end. Okay, I know it looks a bit wonky, but I wanted to attempt to make my own window shades. And this is the passenger front window. And I took some sheets of 8.5 by 11 paper. Well, this is probably a little bit stronger than paper, maybe like I wouldn't say a light cardboard, but it is heavier than your standard copier paper. And I just stuck them in up here around the different weather stripping pieces. And over here, I had to cut some shorter pieces to fit in here. And then as you can see, I use painter's tape to tape them together. Then what I'm going to do is take a Sharpie and I'm going to outline the entire area, and that'll give me a mark to cut on and give me at least a shape to work with. Plus, you know me about making templates. I love to make templates and try to do things myself. It may or may not work out, who knows, but I got to give it a try. I gently pulled my template away from the window and laid it on the floor, and then I flipped it over and taped the back side just to hold it together, give it a little bit more stability. And it was pretty close just setting the pieces in there to the contour of the glass. You could see where I took my Sharpie and made a mark around the weather stripping. And I'll cut on those lines, and then when I go to make the template, I'll probably add some extra fabric, to extend it a little bit, maybe an inch or so, all the way around. One of the things that I did notice is that I don't have any metal, so it's not going to do me any good to attach magnets into the outer edge because the magnets would have nothing to stick to. So what I'm thinking about doing is cutting the template to size, and then whatever fabric I choose or whatever material, I'm going to go ahead, maybe cut it to the exact size, and then I'll apply some double-sided Velcro. You can pick some up that has adhesive on both sides, and I don't know, maybe I'll give that a try and see if that works. My side doors and my back doors have a lot of metal that's exposed, so that wouldn't be a problem if I made a template and then extended whatever material I'm going to use, maybe an inch or so, and then try to sew in magnets or something like that, because obviously then I'd have the metal that the magnets could stick to. But for the front windows, not going to happen. Going to have to use something different than magnets. This is what I was talking about on the front doors. All you have is either rubber, weather stripping, or plastic. and obviously magnets are not going to stick to that. So I may, whatever material I decide to use, I may have to just cut that a little bit larger and maybe, get it to force fit into here, or, make a snug fit, something to hold it in place. It's either that or, like I said, go to the Velcro that I was talking about. I just took a pair of scissors and cut along my outline, and that gives me pretty much the shape that I'm going to need to use as a template to make some window shades. Since both the driver and passenger windows should be identical, I just wanted, for the heck of it, to try the template on the driver's side, and as you can see, it fits in there pretty perfectly. My side doors are going to be a little bit different, obviously. I have what's called a 60-40 door, with the 60 being the larger door, 40 being the smaller door, and as you can see, they each have different size windows. The procedure is pretty much the same. I just took some of the same paper that you see right here, and I had pushed it into the metal framing that surrounds the window, and they gave me the curved contour that I used on my template, and that allows me to put this cardboard or this paper tight into the corners, and then I can tape them together to form one solid template. The nice thing about these doors is you have a lot of metal exposed. The only plastic is the trim that goes on the bottom of my doors, but the rest is all metal. So you can incorporate those magnets into the overlapping fabric that you're going to leave when you go to put these on. Once I press fit some of that paper up into the corner and I cut the curved shape, I tested it to make sure it was going to fit in each of the four corners to make sure they were identical. And then what I'll do is I'll set that down on another piece, and then I can take my scissors and cut that contour out of this. And once I do that to 4 pieces, obviously then that will give me a piece that will go into each corner. And then I can tape them all together and make one solid template. On both of my side doors, I noticed what looks like a little wedge. I don't know what the heck these things are. If you know, if you could leave a comment in the comment section and let me know. Like I said, they look almost like a shim. It goes between the glass and the metal framing, but there's 2 on each of the doors, only on the bottom. I took one of these pieces of paper and I held it up to the other template, and while I was just holding it there, I just ran the scissors around and got the same contour. Now that was for the larger window, but it should fit up here into the corner of the smaller one. They should be the same, and you can see they are. I've seen a guy here at the storage units, and he's always here assembling desks and other office furniture, and I saw a huge stack of cardboard, so I asked him if he was keeping the cardboard or getting rid of it, and he said they generally cut it up and toss it. So I asked him for a piece, and he gave me one big box that held a desk, and they gave me 2 huge pieces of cardboard. Now what I'm going to do is take my paper templates from the van windows, and I'm going to transfer them onto the stiffer piece of cardboard, and then I can use that to cut my material. Well, one of the pieces of cardboard was big enough to at least get my 2 largest templates cut out. The one on the right is for my front passenger and driver windows, and the one on the left is for the 60 portion of my 60-40 side door. I still have the smaller window to cut out for the side door, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the back doors yet. I may either spray paint the glass black, or I may end up doing something different. Not sure at this point. Don't get frustrated if your template doesn't line up real well. Mine rarely do. I end up having to take them back down no matter how careful I am. And I have to, cut a little bit here and there just to tweak them. But as long as it gives you some sort of a guide to go by, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be pretty damn close. Once the template is laid on the fabric, I was tracing around it with a marker, but instead I found it's just as easy to have a super sharp pair of scissors to cut this. I had a dull pair, they didn't work worth a crap, and a neighbor of mine saw me struggling with it. He said, "Here, try these." So he handed me these pair of shears, and they cut like a hot knife through butter. And that allowed me to just place the template on the fabric and then go around the perimeter with the shears and then just cut it to shape. Well, I made a decision on what I'm going to do with my back doors. Initially, I thought about spray painting the glass with a flat black paint, and I've changed my mind and I'm going to make window covers for these as well. And now that I have the fabric cut for the front driver and passenger side and the side doors, now I'm moving on to the back doors. And these are quite the wonky shape for sure. I just got finished cutting my last template. We have yet another beautiful day. It's about time after all the rain that we've had. This is for the driver's side rear door. And yes, believe it or not, there is a slight difference between the two doors, between the driver and passenger side. The driver side is just a little bit wider, so I had to add a little bit of material on the edge just to get it to fit up here on the glass. But this is the fabric that I'm using. Foam on the back side. On the front side is the black headliner material. And as I stated earlier, all I'm going to do is use a spray adhesive, spray the back of this, and then once I cut out the Reflectix foil, I'll spray that, join the two together, and that should make a permanent bond. And this is the point that I'm at right now. I pulled enough of the foil out from the roll, set the fabric on top. I left a little bit of an overhang, cut it off. And the foil is 2 foot wide, which is perfect. It leaves a little overhang anyway. Now it's time to glue them up. And now the first piece, the foil has been sprayed with the adhesive and the back of the fabric has been sprayed. We're going to give it a few minutes to dry out here in the sun, and then hopefully everything will stick together nice and tight. And that right there is one of the panels that's completed for the side door. This is the smaller section of the 60/40 door, and that will fit right up here. And no, I didn't place magnets in there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do to hold it up in there, and honestly, at this point I really didn't care. The wind was blowing and it ended up fusing a couple other panels together where I didn't want them to fuse, so that was a total waste of the fabric and the foil on that piece. And I'm going to try to do the rest of them the best that I can, and I'll probably have to wait for another day because it's just yet another day here in upstate New York where the weather just fights you on everything. After I get the back side of both pieces sprayed with the spray adhesive, I very carefully put them together, and hopefully no wind. And then I start cutting off the excess, and then I can show you the final covers. Once I get all the excess material trimmed off, I end up having a finished window cover. And yes, these are going to go toward the outside because I don't need to reflect anything back because I have a black van. It's going to get hot no matter what. So this will match right up with the black paint of my van, and those will go on the outside, and I will have the foil on the inside. But for the price, you figure that I got the headliner material for free. I used one roll of it, and I ended up buying 2 rolls of the bubble foil at Home Depot. I think they came to like $10 a roll or a little over. So maybe I have $21, $22 into the entire project. That's it. And that's a lot better than paying, you know, I think it was $250+ just for the front windows. And a friend of mine said he did his van for like $1,200 for all the windows. I'll pay $21 anytime. This one I had to remake. This is the one that the wind blew the back and front into each other, into a big wrinkle, and it stuck. There was no way you're going to get it apart without destroying everything, and I tried. That's how I know, because I ended up tossing it all. But I fortunately had enough fabric to make another one and enough of the bubble foil to coat the back side. In fact, I still have a little bit of bubble foil left over. I think each roll was like 2 foot by 10 foot, and it covered all 6 windows here on the Chevy Express. I'll cut this one out. That'll be my last one, and this is for the rear door on the passenger side. Here's all the completed window covers, completed with 2 rolls of bubble foil. Home Depot, a little over $10 per roll. The headliner material was free, and it was 1 roll. I used a little under 2 cans of spray adhesive, and I've had them for so long I don't even remember what I paid for them or where I got them. I think though that I did buy them at Harbor Freight. I'm not sure, but you can bet that what I have into this is considerably less than what you're going to pay for commercially made window covers. They do the same job. They may not be as sturdy, may not have the fancy stitching and the heavy duty fabric on the outside, but for me, they work, and it works within my budget. So that's all that matters, and those are completed to another project finished and done. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing, and I thank you all for watching.